Or
Yeah.
okay.
Hello, Facebook. This is W0SV, the St. Cloud Amateur Radio Club, and we're going to be doing a presentation tonight on Pi-Star and specifically DMR to Yaesu Fusion. Go ahead, Rick.
All righty. Y'all heard that part of the introduction. Lee and I have been beating these little machines up, trying to get this functionality built into them, and we've done it. Real quick side note, we're just trying to get Yaesu System Fusion over to DMR. That's turning out to be a headache. We'll figure that out. But what we have done is just that. Used a Pi Zero and what is called an MMDVM board, and you have both of them together, and that will do the conversion, especially if you're like you're at home and you have your internet connection at home. This will go directly interface to your router, and then you have the MMDVM will with the help of the Pi-Star, and you can take a System Fusion radio and Yaesu. I've done it so far with a 300 and a 400. I got to do some more work on the 100. But with the FT70, once you've got it set up, it's you just hit a button, and it should. Let's see if it finds it. No, so like in my case, function button, AMS. It's connected, so I can get onto DMR. Let's go to the channel. There we go. I can't cast it to the screen because I have this. You run everything from a web interface. It has its own web server, and you maintain everything via that web server. Once it's set up, and I've changed the colors, it defaults to a nice bright orange. It drives me nuts. You can see, it's pretty cool. You get to see everything. You can eavesdrop on anybody that's been on it. Because you're going to see all the call signs. And this one is set up for the dark room.
Yes.
Yeah. So I personally have never been on the dark room. Now I may. Because it's just, and the cool thing is what I found with the FT70, once you have this set up, you connect this to the system. When you turn it on, it is literally, in my case, you hit the function button and turn on AMS and you're connected. This thing will do the bridge to DMR for you via Yaesu System Fusion. What I've been telling folks, and I got to bite my tongue, is I got these MMDVM boards. I bought a buck of for about $24 each. They're not $24 anymore. You can find them. The problem is these boards, they're going to come from overseas, which isn't the issue, is you can only order one. And other places, they'll let you order multiples, but the shipping is like $350 a board. Well, if you order 10, it's still $350 a board. You got to pay $35 for them to send these little goobers. So anyone that's interested, I will provide you links to everything. The Pi Zero you can get at Micro Center in the cities. You need the Pi Zero with what they call the header, and that's the pins across here that this thing will connect to. So they have them up there. They're $14.99, and they've been that way for a long time. So they didn't change, but the thing is, you can only buy one at a time. In my instance, as I would go up there and go buy one, go sit out in the car for a little bit, and I'd go back in and buy another. And eventually they'd catch me, and then, but it was usually the fourth or fifth one. So, but you can only get one. And in most everybody's instance, you just want one. But I will provide links. Anybody that wants it, you need the micro SD card. You don't need anything big. 8 gigs is overkill for what this is going to do. Although I have some things I can add to it, like I was talking with Jim. I have the Pi Zero put 256 gig SD cards in there, and it runs it just fine. And the reason behind that is, like in Jim's case, where he has 4 laptops total, and he's got files that he wants, programming applications, stuff like that. Well, like tonight, he switched 2 radios to another laptop. Okay, now how's he gonna get that software installed from over there? What I can do is also show how you can set up a Samba server. You're gonna set this up, it's gonna be your access point, like at home, and you can just go ahead and create a share on this thing, and that 256 gigs, because the OS is gonna use about 4, you got 250 gigs of storage on that thing. Now take it a step further, for those that have grandkids, and you happen to have this in the car, you don't need internet connectivity like this. That's what this is. This is a Sprint T-Mobile hotspot. Is installed in what is called a mini DLNA server, a media server, and just put tons of movies or music on there. And the kids are in the car and they got their Android or Apple tablet. They can just pipe right into it and watch a movie. You know. So, but the beauty of this is it gives you it will turn this into a DMR radio.
Yeah.
Jay did it with his 300 when we were in Joda, and then I found the switch. I've done it with the 400. It's the same thing. Hit the wires X button, it sees it, it knows what to do, and poof, you're there. But anyone that's interested, I'll get a piece of paper if y'all give me your name and your email address on it, and I'll send links out to everybody. If I make a run to Micro Center, I will let y'all know, and I'll try and get as many as I can. Jesse, yours starts at about $140.
Well, I was gonna charge you 50 for mine.
Tax man coming. Yeah. But these little things, you do everything from the browser. That was good at zeroed out. This configuration, it is very involved. When you're dealing with these little things, and this interface that they have, it works, it does everything, but you have to be persistent and patient. You go in here, and I don't know how we're gonna do it. Everybody come in on a Saturday or Sunday, we have about 3 or 4 hours to go through it. Because you make changes to these sections in here, and then you apply the changes by a push of a button. It doesn't always keep the change, so you gotta do it again.
The big key to it is if you make a change in a section, you need to update or apply changes to that section. You can't just go through the entire page and make changes to all different sections and then apply once. You have to make a change in a section and apply it. Change in a section and then apply it.
You probably can't see, but there's a button under each one of these sections. And you make all the appropriate changes and you click on the button, apply changes. It's a Pi Zero. It takes about 1.5 minutes for that thing to refresh. And we have found also on certain instances, especially like up here at the top, the basic configuration where you're putting your name and DMR ID and all that, is once you do the apply changes and it refreshes, it comes back to the screen, you click on another link and you hit update and let it do an update. What we have found is if you apply the changes, they're applied, but they're not committed. And it won't be committed even if you reboot the Pi. You got to go in there and click on update. But there's other features. I've been beating on these things. You cannot SSH into them natively. You got to go through their little interface, and it's a little convoluted. But once you get the feel for it, it's easy. But like I said, if you're interested, I'll get a piece of paper. Y'all give me your name and your email address, and I'll send you links. And if you want to, if you decide you want to purchase some of that stuff, let me know. And that way, if there's 5 or 10, if there's 10, I can go to Micro Center and get 5. Well, that's 5 people that don't have to order. You just pay the piper. $50.
Is this for the Pi Zero or the MMDBM?
The Pi Zero. The MMDBMs, you can get them on eBay. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. They are all the same. I have found once they've been connected, you got the software running. There's many adjustments you make, but like in a receive and transmit level, it's the same for both. You got to bring it way, way down because these Chinese ones need to match up. And that's where we were running into problems. Those radios bringing me that. And Gary was right. I found out. So there's adjustments to make after the fact, but MMDVMs, $25-ish. Pi Zeros, if I can get them up there, unless you go into town, up down into the cities, stop at Micro Center, pick one up.
Or 2 or 3.
Or a bag full. They're $14.99 if and when they have them. You go to Micro Center and do a search for Pi 3s and Pi 4s, they're gone. Pi 4s, 1 gig, 2 gig, 4 gig, and 8 gig, they're all gone. They're just, people are sucking them up, like me. But you can also put this hat on a Pi 3. If you get a hold of a Pi 3 for $30, $35, do it. Those are the MMDVMs without the screen. Lee has one that has the screen on it. You can go bigger. You know, I think 3 or 3.5 inch screens, next gen screens. Me personally, I just want it to sit over there and work. All I want to see is this thing and this telling me who I'm talking to. So if you're interested, like I said, I'll get something, y'all sign up for it. SD cards at Micro Center, oh gosh, they were outrageous. They were fantastic, rather. $5, I think it was, for 64 gigs. You know, it's overkill unless you're wanting to go with the option with the Samba server where you can store files.
You need class 10?
Class 10, thank you, yeah. And that's what they have, the Micro Center. They have the pretty little blue ones, and all of those are class 10s, but they go way up. They're up to the 256 or 512 gig. And nothing wrong with that. I've got Pi 4s that I'm running 512 gig SSDs off of, and they're just storage servers. They just sit in the back on top of the shelf. But all you need is your SSD card, your Pi Zero, and your MMDVM. And I'll send that in an email to everybody if you're interested. And I'll keep y'all, those that think they can do it and want to buy it, please do. And then we can begin to start setting something up, and we'll come in and maybe have a class. I'm not going to do it for you, but I'll show you. You know, I'll sit here and we'll go step by step, and then go from there. That way you got DMR on a Yaesu box. The last chapter is we are working on DMR to Yaesu. It's not that easy, and don't know why. We're running into issues. We can get one part working, and then the second part breaks. Get the second part working, and the first part breaks. So there's some more homework to do on it, and that way anybody with a DMR radio can then talk on Fusion. Just give you the best of both worlds as far as handhelds and.
If you got a demonstration, have you got both radios?
Is yours on? I don't.
I just have the Fusion.
Oh no! I can do Fusion.
But I don't know if I can connect to you.
Can you key up on 31271? We can turn that radio on in the other room.
I don't have it
I
here.
can do the dark room. That's what I have on here. And now it wants to act up.
Okay, I am connected to Rick.
You have connected to me.
As soon as I get the YSF on here.
N0BJN has been on there.
I got it.
That's Rick up in Little Falls, ain't it?
Yeah.
That was probably just his nose
Just
connection.
him kicking in, yeah.
Yeah.
KU5MC, test.
I'm on YSF to DMR.
Cool. And I don't have mine. Where did it go?
Where's your DMR radio?
It's sitting there in the box.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't have anything. I've got my.
Well, I'll take our word for it. It works.
Yeah.
Once we get the other half figured out, and we will get it.
Yeah. But with that said, it's cheap, and in this case, what I do, this can run in the van when I'm going down the road. I already have it in another radio, but regardless, I run the Pi and the MMDVM off this little battery pack, And what I have found, and I haven't used this a lot, is this little thing lasts about 3 days, just being left on. You know, that's $10 battery pack. If that, I think it might have been 7 or 8. But you put it on an ice like a 10,000 milliamp hour. I don't know how many days that would run. Because like in my instance, I got the rechargeable solar panel and it just stays plugged in and charging that battery pack up. But like I said, say 25 bucks, another 25 for both the board. You don't need a case. You're looking at 50 bucks and higher. If you want the screen, that usually doubles the price. It's a little less than an inch screen, 0.96. It works. It's sharp. You can read it. I don't know. Some people would have difficulty with it. It is small, but I don't use it. You have the web interface. You can reach this thing with your phone, a tablet of any sort, and if you need to. But other than that, all you do is just, I don't know, plug that into a USB port in your vehicle, and if it's on has access to the internet, because that's where it's going to feed through, then you can use your handheld for DMR. In my case, I'm just using this little stubby antenna because everything's right, 10 feet away from it.
And you put your radios on low power because you're
Yeah.
1.5 feet away there.
Low power, definitely. There's a lot more to it, a lot more. But we got this part figured out, so like I said, if anyone's interested, just let me know. Fill out a sheet, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
Thank you, Rick. We're going to say good night from W0SV, the St. Cloud Amateur Radio Club.